welcome screen to keep the terminology precise and make sure that we're talking about the same thing. Now, there's a lot of really neat things that you can do with the member welcome screen. Let's cover some of these things. Let's go back here to the main menu. And you'll notice that there is a button right here. It's on the main menu, button number 14, Sign-In Screen Options. All of the tabs that come up under Sign-In Screen Options relate to the sign-in screen, the member welcome screen. And let's take a look each one in turn, and I'll show you some of the really, really neat and powerful things that you can do here. Let's begin with the current tab. This is the current message for all members. And you can see it says, please enter the message you would like for all members to view at sign-in. So, for example, I could type something like, welcome, it's great to be at Curves, and a couple of exclamation points. Start date, let's begin showing this today, and I will make it effective until October 2015. For the next 5 years, everybody who comes in. Now, what's going to happen is when people scan in, everybody's going to see this message. It's going to be a pop-up message, one of those 3 boxes that you see that display information to the members, going to say, welcome, it's great to be at Curves. Now, this is an example. But the particular example I chose, they probably hear that every time that they come in. I hope that, somebody in staff is saying that to them. You might have it printed on a sign, on a wall. So you can even get a little bit more creative with your messages. For example, you could put some really great inspirational, motivational message, okay? Now, that's meaningless. That's just an example because I don't want to presume to choose for you. This is limited only by your creativity and imagination. And you can change this message every single day. Let's say instead of displaying this for the next 5 years, I could say display this until tomorrow. Okay, so between the 28th and 29th of October, I'm displaying this message. Tomorrow, the 29th of October, I'm going to change it to a completely different message. And every day have another super great, nice quote. You're fantastic for being here today. Have a super workout. That quote that Kyle had from the Og Mandino book. That was probably a little long, right? You keep in mind that you want to keep the message that you have on the welcome screen. It needs to be more like a fortune cookie is like what I like to say. Use that as a kind of a judgment to see how long it is because people are scanning in. There'll be somebody behind them. That screen doesn't stay up for a huge amount of time. Got a great question coming in. Is there a possibility to use Google Maps or any other program to pin the addresses of my members in order to recognize where is a strong area? And you know what? There definitely is a way to do that. Google Maps is really powerful. You can upload a database of addresses, and it is something that we have a training document for posted into our iLearning Center. I'm going to talk a little bit about the iLearning Center toward the end of this training, and it is one of the 7 ways that you can get help, support, and assistance. And that's an excellent question, and since you asked, I think that it's something that probably we may want to cover even in a future iCamp. It's a great way to market. It's a great way, what she's saying on Google Maps, you have a map of your city. For example, we're here in Houston, so let's say I have a map of all of Houston, or my territory within Houston, and I can have a little pin every place that one of my members lives. How would we know that? Well, it's because you have a pin there that represents the address based on the information that is in your iGoFigure software. And that's one of the things that we'll be showing you. Again, I'll show you a training document where you can get it, and also maybe we'll cover it explicitly in a future iCamp or a webinar how to do this. Now, what is the benefit of this? Well, let's say I'm looking at my territory, and I see I have great coverage here, here, and here, but not down in this corner. And let's say I notice that up in this corner, I have a tiny little hole. In other words, fairly well saturated except for an area in the center. Well, what is that going to tell me? I shouldn't waste advertising dollars up here because I've got the area saturated and surrounded. There's just one little hole in the center. I could probably achieve penetration in that area, in that geographic area, through buddy referrals because I've got it surrounded. I've got so many members in that part of town, except for that one little community, I can use buddy referrals. I can start talking to people who are in that area. On the other hand, in this part of town down here where I have almost nobody, buddy referrals aren't going to be so effective because I realize, man, I don't have almost anybody in that area. I need to run down into that area and put out lead bags, put out flyers, do that kind of thing. So Tassos, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, is saying, is my question clear? Do you need a better clarification? I believe this would be a powerful tool for us to use and you to sell. So first of all, I hope that my explanation was clear. I think your question was perfectly clear, and I hope that I've answered it. Tassos, you are absolutely correct that it is a very powerful tool. And the best thing is we're not selling it. It's absolutely free. It's already included as part of your iGo system. And I'll give you some information on that. We've got two different people asking now about the upgrade. Kathy is saying, when is 3.8 coming? And Linda also says, when will the upgrade be available? Very, very soon, folks. It's in beta testing as we speak. Beta testing is going very well. So, I mean, it already is released essentially not to the general public, but to our beta testers. Probably within just a few weeks, several weeks at the most, we hope to have the upgrade out to you. I do want to emphasize that most of the things that I'm showing you here right now, including all of this member welcome screen stuff, which we're going to get back to in just a second, as well as the advanced basic and customizable security, are available in your current version. And I emphasize this by specifically doing this presentation from version 3.6. You see it right here on my menu. I am in version 3.6. You have all of this available here today to you in 3.6. And I'm going to show you some of the POS functionality that is coming in version 3.8, but we'll get to that in just a second. Great questions. I always love the questions, even if we kind of diverge a little bit, because again, like I've said, if one of you is asking, I'm sure several of you have the same question. And Tassos, I want to let you know that several people right now are sending us comments and saying they're very excited about that exact feature. So I really appreciate your mentioning that. Okay, let me show you something else about the sign-in message here. A few things, a few other cute little things you can do to say, if you see this message here today, let us know to win a special prize. Okay, that's another cute little thing that you can do with it that just gets people's attention. You know, some people might be reading that inspirational message every day or not, and suddenly you put that message up here. Just put that in there one day as a joke and see how many, or not so much as a joke, but, you know, a little test, a little way to have fun and see how many people actually see that and come up to, you know, the prize could be anything. It doesn't have to be something real substantial. You don't have to give the store away, so to speak, in order to do this. Maybe the prize is a guest pass for you and your friend, or the prize is to be entered for a drawing to get a free month or a free t-shirt or whatever it might be. Be creative. Think of little things that you can do. Finally, of course, you can use this for very important communications. You could say, don't forget to pick up a copy of our fall newsletter. I'm not going to waste your guys' time while I'm sitting here typing out all this stuff, okay? Pick up a copy of our newsletter. That's always a great thing to do. Newsletters are awesome. And if you just print out a stack, Xerox it, lay it on the desk or behind the counter or something, you don't have to bother with printing, paper, postage, and you're pretty much getting the communication into the hands of the people who are regularly coming in, all right? Another thing, of course, is for hours. If you're going to be closed, any specific hours, holiday hours, use this to let people know what your holiday hours are going to be, to wish them happy holidays and so forth. Kathy is saying, great idea. Tell the members all the time to read it. Might win $1 million. Kathy, let me know where your club is. I'm coming in and working out every single day. I don't even care if men aren't accepted. If I might win $1 million, that's awesome. Tassos is making a comment about reports in Excel. Reports in Excel have been greatly improved in version 3.8. Thanks for mentioning that. You're absolutely correct. Okay, a couple of other fun little things right here. There is a sound that you can play on an invalid key tag scan. I'm sure a lot of you know this. For example, if we do the B sound, okay, can you guys hear that? I hope it's coming through okay. And it's a little sound that when a person has an invalid key tag scan, which means that, you know, they're in collections or their month-to-month membership's expired or something's wrong, it's an extra little way of catching their attention. And you can see there's a number of sounds like this V sound, and, you know, it's kind of short. Some people might even think it sounds a little rude, won't really get people's attention. What about the default sound? Let's listen to that real quick. You ready? Oh, you know, that's a real computery type sound. Pretty standard. Let's look down the list. What about, oh no? That might be a little bit more appropriate, right? Like, oh no, something's wrong with your membership. Let's see what that sounds like.
Oh no.
Okay, I don't know. That sounds like a little dire. The guy is so serious.
Oh no.
We might not want to use that one, right? Well, what about That's a little more lighthearted. Like, something might be wrong. You guys hear that? So if you want Mickey Mouse letting members know that there might be a problem, you can choose that one. But my favorite is the long sound, because I'll tell you what, I don't care how many members you have in your facility and how loud the music is and how many conversations are going on. If you have two of those really big speakers, the type I'm talking about, computer speakers above your monitor, and some member walks in and they haven't paid and they hear this, that's going to get their attention. All right, we've got a siren, we've got a whistle, and by the way, you've also got other, and you can click here on browse, and any sound that you want, if you download it from the internet, if you use a snippet from a TV show or your favorite movie, or you can even record your own voice. So it's pretty neat. Again, you can do something really funny like recording your own voice saying, "Hey, this is the manager. Please come see me. Thank you very much." Something funny, something lighthearted.